wild ideas, and straight up fun. No scripts, no filters, just real talk. Big laughs, and a little chaos along the way. Grab your drink, turn it up, and let's rock this BS together. If you'd like to keep up with upcoming shows and events, head on over to the website bsingwithyy.com and subscribe. I want to give a big shout out to Ed, the man behind Static Shift Radio, holding it down for rock artists and keeping the scene alive. Go show some love and check out the website where you can find Static Shift Radio Station and upcoming events. Also, a shout out to a good friend and a brother, not only the host of Fergin Around, but the co host of the Retro FM podcast, The Ferg. I want to welcome our guest today. We have Thomas from PA, DuhZeez from Louisiana. How's it going, guys?
Going. It's
Doing
Friday
all right.
night.
It's already
Uh,
Friday? What the heck?
yeah, Friday night, yeah. So, you ever get to thinking, back in the day when you're growing up, you don't hear a lot of things, say weather-wise, tornadoes, or news-wise. Do you think the world's actually getting worse, or are we just more connected these days?
Both.
Mm.
Yeah. I certainly think that information is more rapid. I think that there is a lot more information, both true and false, available at all times. And I do think that there is an observable shift in power happening around the world at the individual level to the nation state level. Life got really chaotic for everyone in the last 5 years. COVID changed the way daily processes occur. Viktor Frankl once said an abnormal response to an abnormal event is entirely normal. So if you go through some shit and you end up feeling like shit, well, no shit. And I think after so many years of that and disillusionment, naturally society has moved towards wanting change and wanting to find someone to blame, someone to place that anger upon. Uh, so I don't know if it's fully that the world is getting worse or, I think tyranny has perhaps always kind of been the leading method of rule of the ruling class, to be totally honest. Maybe we've been less aware of it. We've been more comfortable. We're becoming less comfortable because our circumstances have changed. And so in that sense or regard, maybe things have gotten worse. But I think we live a while. We have a lot of food available to us. We have a relative sense of security from violence around the world. And I think we're okay. Um, Growing pains, maybe, is my conclusion.
What if we're the cause of every extinction event and we're just reaching
Mm.
the next one, right? Like there's been five that they know of extinction events for in the 500 million years they think life's been around. What if we were the cause of every one of them?
Of every one of them.
Yeah, everyone. Like the meteor didn't do it. It was us. Like we pulled the meteor in because we were starting to run out of resources, right? Like we were
Possible.
so advanced, we pulled the meteor in just because we were running out of whatever we needed. And we're like, oh yeah, it'll be fine. And then something went wrong, and the meteor struck Earth faster than we wanted it to be. Because humans always make mistakes. What if that? What if that's what
Yeah, never know.
happened? I mean, we know the government controls the weather, so I mean, it's not beyond the realm of possibility. I'm kidding, but they might control the weather. I don't know for sure.
A lot of
I would
speculation out there.
I think the word influence is maybe better than control.
Yeah, yeah. They already said they've been like geoengineering and like messing with the clouds and stuff. They've already admitted that. But I think anytime humans get involved, they tend to make things worse. It's the old, oh, you got a mouse in your house, so you need a cat, and then you got too many cats in your house, you need a dog, and then you got too many dogs in your house, you need a, and eventually you wind up with elephants in there, and no one can fit in
No,
the
no,
house.
no. There's no such thing as too many dogs. That's a lie. That's where the story falls off.
It could be when they run out of food and they start looking at you, licking their lips. There could be a few too many.
You guys have dogs in your house at the moment?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Two pit bulls.
Uh, what? It's
Well,
a Chihuahua and a Wiener dog mix.
Courtney, Courtney got a new dog, so I forget what you call it. Just a little small. I don't know.
It's a bulldog and a Shih Tzu mix.
No, no.
I think we
It's
made
a,
that joke before.
it's a bullshit.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I was trying to set up, TikTok is not wanting to cooperate here. It did not want to go live, so I guess we'll stick to the YouTube, Rumble, and Spotify.
We'll see you on TikTok when it's over. And we come.
Yeah.
Leave a comment below if you're on TikTok and you're seeing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, heart. That's it.
I noticed that a lot of older people, you know, they
Are old?
for instance, so you always have these AI videos, man, and you have to know what you're looking
Something
for.
to drink.
But everybody thinks, what they watch is real these days. And I tell you, AI is good, man. AI has come a long way.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you my theory about why they're pushing for AI if you want.
What's the
So
theory?
to run the government.
Well, yeah. No, it's not going to run the government. The thing is, the with the advent of social media and TikTok and all that, they've kind of lost control, right? Because they had everyone under their thumb when the only thing you had was a few stations on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And we know at the end of MK Ultra and Operation Paperclip, which I bring up a lot, unfortunately, that they knew that the best way to control a populace was through the TV. If someone saw it on TV, they believed it, no matter what it was.
Hmm.
So they could sway the populace whichever way they wanted. Well, they're losing that control with social media. People are able to access other forms of news and reports and reporters and whatnot. And so, in order to regain control, they want to push AI so that they can tell you, oh, no, that's fake. That's AI generated, even if it's not. Or they can have AI put millions of bots on whatever they want and sway, because people are they are social creatures, right? So if most people don't want to go against the crowd, right? If they think um, they have the wrong ideas of something, and other people are telling them no, and there's a lot of them, then a lot of times that will sway them to that side. So that's what I think the push for AI is for to regain that control that they've kind of lost.
So I told I know I'm being recorded now, so I apologize if I offend anyone, but I've grew up in Pennsylvania. I've lived there since I came off active duty. Um, my family is Pennsylvania Dutch. Uh, and in central Pennsylvania, there's a even slower level of intelligence and operation, and it's the central Pennsylvania slow. I I say that because even in my family, people are sheltered around here. Their families have been here for hundreds of years. They don't like to hear things that make them uncomfortable. And to this particular subject matter, I've gotten my mom, two friends, and an uncle to start sourcing independent journalism online. Like, get your news from other sources.
Hmm.
It's been about 2, 3 months since I brought the four of them into that fold. And every single one of them at some point in time in the last few months has said to me, I got to step back. It's too much. It scares the hell out of me. I feel like I don't even know the world I live in anymore.
Yeah.
And they shut down. They can't tolerate it. I don't know if that's unique to the area that I live in and that people here have been so sheltered for so long that it is just so shocking and intolerable. But I'm hopeful that they're ready to start at least accepting, the news and reality from different sources.
Yeah. But you see the control, that they have, and they
Uh,
have had for a long time, that they are
Sure,
now losing because of these other sources of media.
100%.
And there's one thing that power like that will never do is relinquish power. They're not going to do it. So in order to keep it, that's what I think the big push and where all that money. I mean, it's billions of dollars they're spending on AI right now.
And
And the only thing I can think of. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
along with the news and social media always amplifies everything as well. Uh, you know, along with the AI, like I was talking about, they can fool, people that are not used to seeing certain things, um, little glimpse, or, you can watch the picture and it becomes pixelated, but in a different way now. So sometimes when you're going live, videos would, pixelate. Well, that might be bandwidth, that might be something else. But if it's something someone downloaded, then uploaded, and then there's pixelations that if you catch it, you know what you're looking for. And also question everything. Don't just believe everything you watch. You know,
Yeah,
I could tell you my dad is bad about that.
I do like your theory. Uh, it's possible, right? There has to be a motivation. No human behavior occurs without motivation. So, what is the motivation to create AI? Um, and are, are either or both of you familiar with Ian Carroll, for example?
Hmm.
So he created a tool with the release of the Epstein files called the Web. So you can go to app.theweb.io, and it's a database of strictly the files. It's AI he and his partners organized and created to dig through the files, find your
Yeah.
answers,
So you
even
can
give you hints
search.
where to keep looking for
Right.
more information. And it's a great tool. And I did search artificial intelligence and what mentions were in there. And there are plenty of emails and investments that he's made to MIT and Harvard. It's all very well documented. But he was actually investing damn near $30 million to developing emotional intelligence for AI applications in the gaming industry. Bullshit. Bullshit. His other emails um, talked about wanting to be able to understand human behavior. He wanted AI to be able to recognize emotion so that it could direct its answers around controlling the respondent's emotions on the back end. So that stuff is all in the files. That's all in the emails there, that's where his money was going. And so having read that, my question is why, right? Why would you want to be able to control people's emotions utilizing emotional sentience and AI? Like, what is the purpose? If not control, I have no other answer. So,
Yep.
I can support your your idea of why they're investing so heavily in AI. Certainly population control.
Well, Peter Thiel is also involved in that, and he's like the
Hmm.
head of Planeteer, who's all about the online ID and AI and all that too. So there's a lot
I,
of connections.
I can tell you another reason I believe AI is being pushed so much is to minimize their workforce and increase productivity. But that's what they think they're going to do, but they're going to cut a lot of jobs. Say programmers. Hell, AI could program right now. I could tell AI right now, write me a program for a game. It might make errors. I'll have to go through it, but it's going to
Right.
build that program, you know. So I think, remember years ago they were pushing for, like our age, they were pushing for people to become programmers, IT guys. They were saying there
Hmm.
wasn't enough. Well, what do you do when everybody has become IT and has they're programmers? Well, all these guys, they're going to lose their job within. I would give it the next
You make
8 years,
you make them
if
program
that.
their own doom. That's what you do with them.
So
We're
they're,
gonna
I mean, they're building a data
uh,
center
we're,
soon
we're not gonna
down here.
replace you with the AI you built. Tell that to Microsoft who just did that.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you. I have heard the other side of the argument as well, and that is historically, when technology comes around, like manufacturing, plants, robotics, we think that it's going to replace human labor, but generally speaking, it leads to the creation of more jobs in the long run. It doesn't actually replace jobs, it just creates new jobs.
Yeah.
Uh, and
In
certainly
other ways, yeah.
yeah, yeah, right. So it might eliminate your current position, but um, it could end up producing more jobs. Water demand for server farms, power supply for server farms.
Well,
Like there's potential for a lot of really critical positions.
the problem is the job offset, though. What I mean is, you have you've got these millions of programmers that you have trained and told them to learn programming, and suddenly almost all their jobs are taken, and they've spent years learning that, went to college for it and everything. They're either going to starve to death, or they're going to have to learn something else. That's
Mhm,
the problem, is the offset. Yeah, it'll open
for
up
sure.
jobs, but those jobs may not be in programming, which what these people, that's all they know. That some of them spent 30 years doing this stuff. I feel bad for them, if because it's it's pretty faulty now. The AI makes a lot of mistakes and everything. If you use the any AI, it's hallucinates and all kinds of stuff. I fight with that all the time, but that's for now. Once they get it more perfected, it's going to be a lot more capable, and that's when the jobs will start drying up. At least those ones, anyway. I hope it produces more jobs, but we. I think it's going to take more jobs than it's going to open up for a while. It'll take a while for it to balance, should I say? Because
We'll
with
see.
at least manufacturing, you had to have people repair the stuff, and that kind of thing.
Right.
With AI, you're going to have some maintenance, but it's a big leap to me. I could be off base on that, but I think it's a bigger leap than a lot of the stuff that came before.
It
A
is
lot of
scary.
I got to give it to them though. Creativity's there. You know, AI could say, like, I don't know. I use AI a little bit um, with like, say if I have an upcoming podcast and this band doesn't have a lot of information out there, right? Well, I could use the software I use and it will search the entire web and find me everything that has their name and will like generate the information right there. And I'm like, well, but then I have to go fact check each, go to everything.
Hmm.
But the good thing is it cites everything that it puts, like any information it puts in, it cites it and it tells the website they got it from. So I'm like, well, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
it'll actually cite bullshit though.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It'll cite complete horse shit and be like, "Oh yeah, this is the sources," and you click on the sources, it has nothing to do with what it's saying.
That's why you have to research though.
Yeah, it tried to tell me. I forgot what I was looking up. Oh, I was trying to look up a website just to see if it was legitimate or not. Like it had good reviews or what the deal was because I've never seen it before. And the website did take PayPal, so it looked pretty legit. And it turned out it was legit, but when I punched it into the search engine, the AI came up and said, "Oh no, these people are saying bad stuff about it." And I look at the things it linked, it said nothing about that website. I'm like, I'm fighting. Are you absolutely sure? Oh yeah, I'm sure. And then when I brought up that, hey, if you're wrong, you could have legal action against you because this is basically slander. And it was like, oh yeah, you're right. No, yeah, it's fine. It's like, yeah,
It's fine.
yeah. I mean,
It's
if
okay.
you
Just
if you
go with
owned a
it.
website and somebody's stupid AI like Google or Brave or any of those starts slandering you like that, how do you prove that in court for one? And you would be like, why is my traffic going down? Why is nobody using this site? And because they think you're a scammer because AI had a hallucination that you you have a fraudulent website. That's not a good thing.
You don't say.
Well, how's things up there in PA, man? I miss those. Was it? They're known for the Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
Man, I
it's all
remember
right,
you
man.
took me to get one time, man, at a place where
When
we
we
went
went
to
to
go
the
visit
hockey
your
game.
mom, I think.
Well, yeah, we went to the Flyers game.
Uh, that was one.
I,
That's the first hockey game I was ever been to, by the way.
I remember, and I don't
And
know if
remember
you
the hat
recall.
tricks they had?
Yeah. Well, and that game they played the Washington Capitals,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we had gone up from DC to Philly, from work to Philly to go see the game. And the IT guy, I don't know if you remember, but from Walter Reed, he was a Capitals fan, and he was there pre-game, and he was behind the net, and he had a giant cape on and a big wizard wand, and he was going crazy.
Uh,
I could never forget about that. Every single time we saw him at work after that, uh, it was like, holy shit, it's the wizard.
yeah.
You shall not pass.
So yeah. Hey, that for being my first game though, I got to commend you. That was an awesome game.
Well,
Wasn't it like three or four hat tricks, which is like not. It was abnormal,
it
right?
was, yeah.
So,
Philly
and
was
we
having
were
a
right
hot
there
year.
behind. We were right there behind one of the goals, huh?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had awesome seats.
It was a good time. Philly sports, man, they get a bad rap. I understand it to some extent, but for the most part, the fan base is just incredibly loyal and passionate, and they're a bunch of hardworking people, and so they're fun to celebrate sports with, wins or losses. Like if you're pissed at your team because they lost, that's cool. You got people to commiserate with. They're
Yeah.
gonna talk shit with you.
Yeah.
It's a family nature, and it's a good bit of fun, even if it's rowdy.
We
What's
don't get
up?
much of the
Shout
hockey
out to
here.
the chat. Shannon Von Beardo, Lonnie.
That's awesome.
What's up, fellas and ladies? So yeah, man, it's that was a pretty good game, but I don't know. Do we even have a hockey team anymore? Does?
We used to have the Gators, but I don't know if they're still around or not.
Yeah, I don't
I
even
think
I
know
that
think
guy
they
anymore.
came
do.
and shot them all.
Yes.
Shoot him.
Shoot them.
The 13-footer.
Uh,
He got ice skates on him.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
What's happening? What's going on? Oh man, so just a little introduction for some of you guys coming in the chat. Uh, Thomas there, we served together. We ended up getting stationed at DC together. I'd like to call it the second butthole or asshole of the U.S. First in line, Fort Pope. Uh,
I would
but
say the mouth is all it does is
I
consume.
don't know. I don't know. It's like the U.S. had two assholes and then we were there. But yeah, man. So Von Beardo Thomas is a veteran as well,
Okay.
and we actually grew up together. So
Nice.
yep,
Fantastic.
he's one of the reasons why I joined the military.
Okay.
He joined before me.
What was Von Beardo's MOS?
Uh, I think 88 Mike. Is that correct, Von Beardo? I'm pretty sure it was 88 Mike, truck driver.
Good shit. He got to enjoy the old Leonard Wood then,
But
which might
yeah.
be the third butthole of America.
So
Just
yeah,
saying.
Von. Hey, by the way, Von Beardo also has a YouTube channel,
Okay.
uh, and he's got some great followers, and he's a great guy, man. He streams every day, every day. He
Wow,
surpasses me.
that's dedication.
So, but yeah, man.
The
On a
U.S. has
sports
a lot
subject,
of buttholes, it would seem.
It's DC is currently having huge
we
sewage
should
problems.
talk about New York City
Uh,
then.
what time I get this?
Oh,
Oh, oh, really?
Dang.
How shitty.
Yeah,
is that why New
literally.
Jersey smells?
No, New
Especially
Jersey
Newark?
smells because of the people that live there.
Oh, I can't say that, man. I can't say that because
Just kidding. Just
there's some
kidding.
great guys that I work with out of there. You know,
I
so
have to say it though, as a Pennsylvanian, I would be remiss if I did. It'd be like
uh,
if I didn't talk shit on another branch, but at the end of the day, I fully respect that we were all in the fight together, you know?
oh yeah.
I'm still gonna talk
Also,
shit.
Shan- uh, Shannon's also a veteran as well. So
Okay.
shout out.
The only thing I can say bad about New Jersey is Newark, because when you fly in, everything just suddenly turns gray. It's like as soon as you fly into Newark, everything has a shade of gray, and it's like, why does everything look dull now?
Yeah, Newark is one of the shittiest airports. It absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
I tell you, I
Uh,
went I went to the outskirts of New Jersey one time, believe it or not, and and it was to go fishing. Took a charter right there and went out to the I guess the coastline on a reef. But man, that was the roughest boat ride I ever been on because the normal days like 10, 15 foot swells going right there. And when I see 15 or 10 foot swells in the Gulf of Mexico or America now, whatever one that you like,
go
uh,
for Trump.
usually tropical storms coming in.
15-foot swells are significant, even off of Jersey. I grew up doing offshore fishing out of Ocean City, Maryland, and the Indian River Inlet in Delaware. And we didn't have a big boat, but we had a 35 footer, and I would say we'd go out up to about 6 footers, and that was it. 6 footers
Mhm.
were the limit. Anything more than that was not worth the risk involved.
Shannon, you're telling your age. Got to watch out, man. Us
Yeah.
old geezers.
Yeah, the old Boston Whalers can handle it.
The Boston Whalers.
Yeah, they can handle it.
Yeah, no, listen, we went out one day and in a 35-foot center console, and we got like 2 miles offshore and said, yeah, no, 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 thanks. And we turned around, and no sooner than we turned around, we heard the call come into the Coast Guard on a 20-foot whaler 5 miles offshore going down. It was like, holy crap! What are you doing out there, man? It's wild.
Uh, I know when we were leaving to go to the reef, and the guy makes the announcement. He's like, "Hang on." I'm like, "All right." So then he starts hitting these things, man, and I come flying off my feet, in the air. I'm like, "Dang, son."
Yeah.
Good thing I got like somewhat of sea legs and I don't turn green, because
Hmm.
that would have been a rough, miserable ride. But
The ocean's a fun place.
so you were talking earlier to me before the show. You got you some skis now, so you're skiing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something
Never
that I did as a kid. Did when I
never
came
been.
off active duty a while, and my kids are older now and they're interested, and they've got friends and partners that are interested and they wanted to learn. So uh, we hit the mountain in the last couple of years and have gotten to enjoy it more and more. So
Yeah,
it was time to upgrade.
I could tell you the extent of my skiing is French fry pizza, and that's off South Park.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well,
uh,
definitely if you French fry when you want a pizza pie, you are going to have a bad time. That is that is for sure.
I made the mistake of choosing the snowboard instead of the
Oh,
skis my first time, so I was mainly on my ass
yeah. Hey,
most of the
much
time.
respect to snowboarders, man. It is a difficult thing to pick up.
You have to have very good balance for
I
that.
would definitely be wrong because that's what I would have picked.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
like I said, I skied as a kid and I skied well, but then I joined the military. I had kids. I didn't hit the mountain in over a decade. And I thought, well, fuck it, man. I'll grab a snowboard this time. Let's see what that's about. It took me 2.5 hours to get down the mountain.
Phew.
Something that I can do in 2 minutes on a pair of skis. So I gave it a second go, another weekend, and same thing. I could not grasp it. So
yeah,
I bailed. I'll
I
stick
didn't
with
either.
skiing.
I tell you, I was sore. I was sore after that though.
I will say, I am pleased to see a bunch of young folk on skis, teenagers. Snowboarding isn't the only cool thing anymore. It's not the new kid on the block. It's not the shiny new toy. Skiing's made a bit of a comeback. It makes me happy to see, actually.
Man, we're gonna have to catch another hockey game. It's been too long.
Hockey's fun. Are you guys baseball fans? Either of you? Anyone on that chat?
I watch college a little bit, but truthfully, man, I haven't really had time to watch any sports. So
That, that's fair.
I'm not
That's
a big
very fair.
sports person. I'd
What's
rather
that?
play them than watch them. I'd rather play the games than watch them, so I don't really watch sports. I just never
I got you.
really got into it.
Well, you're asking about whether or not you guys had a hockey team jokingly earlier. It just made me think that baseball's getting good. The pitchers have gotten a lot better. There's a lot of quality pitching available. The quality of hitter has declined. I don't think so. Hitting stats have declined. There's a lot of good pitchers out there. And so I think there's justification to expand the league and significant conversation around it. And looks like two cities are going to be getting a team soon. And I do feel like New Orleans should be on that list, man. I feel like Louisiana deserves some baseball.
They deserve something, but they can't hold on to anything. The teams get sold. I mean, the Saints is about the only thing they held on to, and then the college teams. The rest of
uh,
them, they like sell them off. It's like well, that's why you got Utah Jazz, and it's like it makes no sense. Just change the name.
I like it.
It's gonna be the Utah Saints soon. You gotta buy them too.
Oh man, I'll refuse the jokes.
so Deuce right there is also a veteran.
Okay.
Yep, we got several veterans in the chat group.
Gotta get something to drink.
And one of them at least from the right branch, correct?
Well, uh, I believe Deuce was Air Force.
They give us some nice rides here and there.
He acts like he came from the Navy, but
Yeah, they did, man. Well, I don't know if they lost the bears, right? But they moved like 25 miles outside of the city and technically across state lines.
mm,
So that does suck for the city of Chicago. They'll still call themselves the Chicago Bears, though.
Louisiana should buy them.
I don't think Louisiana can afford much right now.
For as
Yeah,
much as we pay in taxes, they should be able to afford every goddamn
Hey,
team.
I think.
you got a Navy guy in the chat threatening to poke somebody over here.
Oh,
Typical Navy
oh,
behavior.
he's Navy, not Air Force. My bad. My bad. Still Air Force. No, no, I'm just playing.
He's got it
I'm
straight.
gonna stab you. uh,
You're getting shift.
I was waiting to see what his response was gonna be. But yeah, man, it's I'd have to say it if we had. I don't know. We'd have to look into that. Does pull up and see if we still have a hockey team.
No, I don't think you do.
Not anymore. They used to be on our roads. uh, let's see. Yeah, man. You spend a lot. There's actual. We spend a lot of money in taxes, especially for they call it the road tax or whatever. But man, we got the shittiest roads here.
You mean professional hockey?
Yeah.
Because it shows three, but I don't think they're professional. Well, they said the Baton Rouge Zydeco.
Hmm.
I never heard of it. And the
Me neither.
Monroe Moccasins.
Should be one out of New Orleans as well.
It says no longer has teams in the ECHL or the SPHL. It's
Hmm.
only the FPHL, which is the I have no idea. I don't know what that stands for.
Uh, so no
They had a
more ice
minor league
skaters, I
team from
guess.
97 to 2002. The Brass.
Hmm.
It's hard to keep the ice here. It's so hot.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we didn't have much of a winter.
No, the hockey
Uh,
team had to change to synchronized swimming.
Which that's good for the motorcycle riders, man. I enjoy not riding and freezing to my bike, you know. Or I like to feel my hands or my face.
Definitely a few months out of the year you don't want to ride up here.
I mean, we've rode when it's cold. It's just it's not like I don't know. It's
It's like
different.
it's like fishing in the cold.
Yeah, if you really want to go fishing, and you're just gonna have to freeze and suck it up.
My
Nah, but
finger fell off.
yeah,
It's the it's that
uh,
frostbite.
now you can ask DuhZeez. He wanted to go fishing one time in the winter.
That was you. You the one with
No,
the boat. That was
well,
your
yeah.
boat.
I've done salmon fishing. The salmon run in upstate New York coming off of Lake Ontario in October. Uh, it's a good time.
Oh yeah.
You gotta get in the water. It's a little cold.
Mhm.
You'll
You
be all
get
right.
waders, huh?
Yeah. I don't know about riding though, man. I would not. It's warmed up here. The last week we've gotten up to maybe like 50, and the snow melt is finally happening. But our grounds have been covered in snow for the last 5, 6 weeks. So Just
Yeah, man.
the
I
thought of
seen.
riding around with all that wind kicking up off of frozen ground just seems miserable. I wouldn't, you
I've
Yeah,
seen
you'd have to have a two-wheel
pictures.
drive.
I've seen pictures and videos of like New York and stuff like that, where it's just iced over,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had like a curfew and stuff, and then wouldn't let nobody drive or something.
I don't know. Well, maybe with the blizzard that went through last week, that might have happened.
Hmm.
It can be dangerous.
I imagine. Yeah, when we get like a speck of snow, we shut schools.
And the
I
ice
see.
pirates come out.
Oh, look, a snowflake. Shut the schools down. Ah,
Well, I'll
That's
never forget
dandruff.
when we were stationed in DC. You remember where Arnold and I used to live over in the neighborhood across from Fort Meade's main gates. It was technically off
yeah,
post, but it was post housing.
yeah, yeah. Because
We
we'd
had
go
the
on Saturday to clean our vehicles.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Uh, but we had that snowpocalypse and snowmageddon. It was like three back-to-back blizzards in 2010, maybe.
That's when they didn't do anything with the roads, and they still want us to go to work.
Right, but I remember walking out of my front door on post housing, and some dude was walking down 175 in Maryland with a sled and four cases of beer behind him. Like, the roads are closed, there's not a car anywhere, no military vehicles are even moving. But here's this guy.
Hmm.
This guy's got his four cases walking down the street. Seemed like a genius in the moment.
Dang.
It's dedication.
Yeah, man. I tell you, remember that was 8 lanes going into DC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. There's so many lanes, and when they did not do anything with the roads, there were no lines to follow. There was like you
Mhm.
got cars trying to drive. I'm like, they wanted us in. It was like you're essential personnel. I was like, you know how where we live, right? Like I lived in Laurel, Maryland at the time, and I
Mm-hmm.
was driving into DC. And I'm like, that's when I had that Jeep,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh screw it, 4-wheel drive and eased on.
Yeah, it was rough. They had nowhere to go with it and no means of handling it. And that was like 4 feet of snow in a matter of 2 weeks. So,
Gee.
they really were like, they had their ass handed to them.
Did I ever tell you when I left? Uh, Whenever I left Walter Reed, you know how you come to that light, and if you don't get over to the right lane all the way over, you can't turn right. Well, I had
What
this
do you mean
buck.
going up Georgia Avenue?
So say you take a left out of Walter Reed, you're
Uh-huh.
going up, and to get out of there, you have to at the light, you have to get all the way over to the right. Well,
Okay.
like this bus cuts me off, and I was like, what the hell? So I'm looking around. I don't see no cops. I'm like, when this light turns green, I'm going in front of this bus. Dude, when the light turned green, I just stomped on it, got in front of this bus, and here the lights. Bam. I said, where the hell was that dude at?
Ah,
And so I pulled over, right? And I'm sitting there, and I was like, I already know. I already had my stuff ready. And he's like, you know why I got you, right? I was like, oh, yeah, I know why you got me. And he's like sitting there and he's about to start writing his ticket. And all of a sudden, this car comes from across the street, nobody in it, and just it's rolling into the tree in front of me. Bam! And
damn.
here's this old man walking across the street. The cop looks at me and says, well, as you can see, it's your lucky day. I got better things to do. And he's like, get out of here. I was like, damn, I said, I got to go play a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Ugh,
Yeah, because my luck, the old man would have ran me over and he'd still give me the ticket.
a day.
Mm-hmm.
I know you just got run over, but here, pay $500.
Yeah. DC is probably more than $500.
I
It
get
seems
down there
like
occasionally.
where DC.
DC, yeah, probably like twice a year.
You ever see any of the old crew?
Well, the only person that's still really down there that I was hanging out with was Drew. I don't know if you remember, civilian,
No.
big dude, Lewis, Drew Lewis.
And they
Um,
separated everybody when they built that other. What was it? What what post was
well,
that?
well, they split it, right? So
Yeah,
half of it went to the National Naval, no, National Multi-Military Medical Center at Bethesda, the
that's right.
Walter Reed National
Bethesda.
Multi-Military Medical Center at Bethesda, and the other half went to Fort Belvoir in
That's right.
Virginia. And they built that new hospital with the grass roof and shit, all high tech and fancy.
Yeah. I know you remember when Adam Sandler came.
Oh, I absolutely do. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
and quite a few other visitors. Um,
Oh man, Rob Snyder.
mhm.
Man, that what's the other guy's name? The one that he had the crooked eye. I forget
Well,
his name.
yeah, he had all of Happy Madison there that day.
Yeah,
Um,
that's when they were going to stream that video before bedtime
bedtime
stories
stories. Yeah,
before putting it
there it
out.
is.
Who?
Yeah.
I
Not
don't
that one
remember
though.
seeing
No,
you.
he's talking about the linebacker from Waterboy,
Yeah,
the
Oh,
the
oh wait.
the big redheaded dude. That guy was there as well that
yeah.
day.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. He's in all his movies too. Yeah.
Yo, man, but I tell you what, the if one of our visitors stood out to you, like of all the celebrity important people that we ever were graced to meet having been stationed there, if any one of them stood out to you, who would that be?
Mm, like all out of all the celebrities.
And think beyond celebrities. I've got a
I
name
know
in my mind.
Herschel.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, Herschel
Yeah,
Walker came and visited us.
yeah. And I like his
Uh,
honesty about his struggles with mental illness. He was a good guest.
yeah.
For me, it was Prince Philippe. You don't remember the Belgian prince that used to come and set up dinner and play cards and ping pong?
Mm-mm. No, I
He's
don't
the
remember.
king now.
Huh.
Uh, but
Oh, I think I do remember. Didn't his wife came with him. She
yeah,
spoke French.
yeah, and he wore that ugly green jacket. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry. He wore
yeah.
that ugly green jacket, and he
Hope
would
he's
kick off
not
his shoe.
watching.
He would kick off his shoes and hang out in his socks. No, listen, I have so much respect for him as a human being and the humility that he showed. I ended up getting a Belgian Malinois and naming him Leopold,
Yeah,
just to honor the king line of Belgium and the character that man displayed for us. And that ended up being, the most incredible dog I ever owned. Um, he lived up to the name. So uh, I have spoken on our interactions with him many a times with guys I treated at the VA, and I know just being able to communicate that someone in the world cares about American soldiers and their trauma that much. Someone of importance and value would take that time out of their year to come chill with the guys who are having a hard time with it and think
mm,
about them at all.
yeah,
Uh, you know, such a meaningful interaction. Uh, so,
yeah. They had a lot of good guys, man, come in and
uh-huh.
visit. So
See,
I'll never forget the one when Adam Sandler got there
uh,
and I was walking in and that dude says, "I heard somebody behind me," and he's like, "Oh, you too good to tell me hi?" And I
uh-huh.
was like, "I know he ain't talking to me." I turned around. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was Arnold and I. We went out to go smoke and then ran into them on our way back into the building. But I don't. I thought you were going the Stevie Nicks route with it and Mr.
uh,
Burris.
yeah, yeah. Mr.
So I,
Burris.
I will share as much as I can for the benefit of everyone here. But Stevie Nicks visited Walter Reed one day, and she was in one of the day rooms on the inpatient psych unit, and she was playing some music and hanging out with the guys. And one of our soldiers suffered from bipolar one disorder, was quite manic, acting out, got put in his room. The doors never locked, but they did click. And so we heard the click click, and then we heard the click click again. It was Parton and myself. And when we heard that second click click, we knew the door had opened. My man stripped as quickly as he could, and he went right down the hallway on a beeline for Stevie
Yeah.
Nicks.
Oh.
And we had a civilian psych tech who was a former outside linebacker for the University of
Yeah.
Tennessee, Mr.
I
Burris.
remember this.
And he was waiting in the double doors, just shoulders dropped, speared him. He had to carry his hanging self down the hallway in
Naked
front of
butt
Stevie
all the
Nicks. It
way.
was a mess.
Ugh.
Good time.
Mm-mm-mm. Old Burris. It's been a little while since I talked to him.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we'll talk. And then Miss Jones.
I
Oh,
kept
Miss Jones. Hopefully she never watches this, but I remember when she asked you to go to her car. Was it Arnold, to go grab something,
it
and
might have been Arnold.
it was in the trunk, and he come back. He's like, "What the hell do you have this thing that looks like an arm in your trunk?"
It was Arnold, I recall. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Listen, it wasn't always fun, but there was a lot of fun. There definitely was a lot of fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. Oh man, I got my butt in trouble.
For what?
Remember when that soldier, that guy went nuts on Miss Jones? And I'm from the country, so
Pick a
when I
time.
get so this guy goes nuts, like he's in Miss Jones's face, and he like raising his hands to her like he's gonna hit her.
Hmm.
And I so happened to walk in, and I ran up to that dude, and being the country guy I am, no racism at all. Versus, I said, I'm sitting there with my hand in his face, in between him and Miss Jones, and I told him, I said, "Hey boy, you better go sit your ass down, or I'm gonna knock your ass on the ground." And then the chaplain is right behind me, as I'm, you know, getting on to this dude, and he tried to make it a race thing.
Mm.
Yeah, and Miss Jones, if she wouldn't have been there, stand up for me,
Hmm.
because she's African American, and she's like, he was not being racist. He
Hmm.
was taking up for me, and they told her to stay out of it.
Mm.
How you like that? Uh, Dude, they made me apologize to that dude. They said they were gonna they they. I remember the chaplain says, if you don't apologize, I'll have to take this up with the general or whoever he said.
Human
And
resources.
no, they wouldn't know human resources. You answer the military.
Yeah, I miss.
But he's like, I'm gonna have to take it up to Lieutenant Colonel or whoever the heck was over that at the time. And I was like, well, you go ahead and do that. I stand by what I did. And oh man, that's when the sergeant, what's her name, pulled me in the office and was like, "You look, you may not like it, but you're gonna have to do it because the guy's not like the chaplain's not gonna drop it." I was like,
Do you remember what chaplain it was?
it was
Was
a
it Gooding or
little
Peters?
skinny white guy.
Ah, Chapman Peters.
Yeah, he made a big deal out of like, if I wouldn't have been there and he would have hit Miss Jones, now well, you know what would have happened? That civilian got hit by a soldier. But hey, whatever, man. Every time I seen that dude, I flipped him off.
There's a lot you and I in particular could probably discuss that occurred at Walter Reed that wasn't right, right? You know,
Oh yeah,
uh,
several. But anyway, I think that's one of the things that irritated the hell out of me, man. When that dude walked in, I didn't know where, whatever.
uh, there's a lot of things that listen. I'm not. We'll do that one off air. A lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what really grinds my gears? We could air that one out.
Oh, here we
I
go.
just don't know that we should be doing that here.
Uh,
But I can think of a ping pong professional that spent many hours teaching us all and playing with Mr. Burris, who I didn't agree with that situation at all either. If you recall what I'm talking about,
mm,
a certain colonel. Um, but
oh,
nevertheless, um, yeah, I don't know about everyone else in this room, uh, and your periods of service or time in service. Certainly not for me. Not anything horrible. Not
does you're
anything.
muted, by the way.
I'm muted.
No, no,
No, I was
does
muted.
is.
Oh, I got you.
I,
Um,
then would you hear
but
my seat every time I move?
yeah,
Oh,
no, there's plenty of bad, but I look back on it. Just some of the best years of my life. It was a good time. I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I got to do a lot of important things. Meet a lot of cool people. Gain a lot of perspective on life.
without a
Invaluable
doubt,
experience. Yeah.
without a doubt, man, it could have been worse because if I could have. I thought about if I would have never joined, where I would have been. I've seen people that I used to hang with, and I see where they're at.
Hmm.
So it was a good choice. I would do it over again. Made good friends, good family. So you know,
Yeah. And
You-
honestly, having gotten my master's and moved on to working at the VA, it kind of felt like doing the exact same job. I just didn't have to put on a uniform anymore.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
But you're at the will of the VA. Yeah. Sorry, bastards. Yeah. Nah, man. It just seems like every time I go to the VA, you know, uh, people there do not like their jobs or something. They're just all seem unhappy and they're always moody. I get it. You deal with some old guys that are freaking set in their ways and would probably cuss you out in a heartbeat, but not all. Not everybody's like that.
It's unfortunate to hear, um, to be honest. Uh, I spent the vast majority of my time working for the VA at the Coatesville VA in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, about half hour west of Philadelphia. Most of my I was in a 175 bed residential unit. Most of my clients came out of Philadelphia and that area. Um, I think the biggest problem for like my building, my office in particular, had 8 layers of paint peeling off the wall. You know, asbestos and lead everywhere. Uh,
Jeez.
it was rough. Conditionally, my uncle works at the Lebanon VA, an hour away, and when he has to drive over to Coatesville, he always says like, "God damn, man, like it's rough. It's a bad VA." It's not the people so much. I can't say that I've heard the people have been the problem, and I've more heard the process of the VA of getting benefits, the benefits administration side of things can be frustrating and argumentative and abrasive and hurtful, right? When you get denied because you feel injured and entitled and they say no, and they send nasty letters in the mail that make you feel a type of way, it's easy as a veteran to know what you've done and how you've served, and that stuff can suck. Uh, But on the healthcare side, I have not heard consistent complaints that the people are unpleasant or unkind, that the experience is uh, lacking in customer care, you know? And it
Yeah.
shouldn't. Like that, if anyone should be getting gold star care, it's every veteran in our country. So, what do you mind me asking? What VA do you go to?
The one in Pineville.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
right back.
a lot of unhappy people, man. It seems. Now you got some. Like I finally got a good doctor, man. But I still don't have the trust, because they're okay. So a lot of the VA, they're just ready to, you know, take away people's benefits. So you're getting better, man. Oh well, they chart it, okay. So when you go to if you ever have to do a reevaluation, this, it's like they're always trying to screw a veteran. All right. So I could tell you that. Oh, Poseidon, he's a veteran.
Yeah, he's
Arizona, yeah, yeah. We were together for a little while, served together, and actually we went to basic together, and then AIT we were across the way. But
oh
oh
nice.
yeah, yep. He comes on here too, Thomas. He hangs with us during these open season events. Dave, Thomas, we served in we were in DC together. So
Dave Thomas, the Colonel.
oh dude, you remember when command sergeant major,
Crump.
he was my command sergeant major overseas. He come there to DC, and he got freaking put in Leavenworth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Sergeant Major Crump,
Yep.
Stony Crump.
Yep. That was it.
He
He
was actually a great commander, a great leader,
oh
and
dude, he was a
he
great
did right by
guy.
me. He did right by me when the rest of our chain of command tried to bend me over. He stood up for me. I was very disappointed when I heard he got in trouble for the stolen valor. Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, but yes, I, if I if I could make changes in the U.S., I would strip the politicians' benefits. Like they can get paid during their time, but once they leave, that's it. They're cut off. They don't get lifetime insurance. They don't get lifetime benefits. They don't get paid lifetime. I would take everything that the politicians make and all the veterans would get it. I would split it amongst the veterans. They get it. They
And
sign their papers.
the veterans should vote on their raises, not them.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Seriously, they vote
That
on
no,
their own raises. That's some bull.
that's a theory.
So
Right. That'll solve the at least a piece of the problem, right? That would help address the military industrial complex and our desire to go kill some kids for profit, right? But and when I say kill some kids, I mean our own, right? Sending
Yeah.
them to war. Uh, but term limits help. No lifetime benefits helps. Making it a position of service certainly underscores the duties. It would help. I encourage everyone to research how many parties had at least 2% of the vote
no
in the
problem,
year that
Dave.
in the year that Lincoln was elected. Um, and I think you'll be shocked to see how many parties were relevant in our nation at one time
Yeah.
when you realize you need more than two hands to count. Uh, and
Mm.
so um, you told me we weren't going to get too political, so I apologize, and I'll try not to. But as a veteran, as a dad, as an American, I will tell you I have consistently voted outside of party lines, and I intend to continue to do so until there is greater parity amongst multiple parties. Uh, we simply need more options so that we actually have some checks and balances. Uh,
Truthfully,
if
man, the House and the Senate needs to be cleared out. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, or whatever. And we need to put new guys in that the people vote for, and they work for the people. They don't work for themselves, and they sure to hell don't run us. That's how it should be.
well, to
I,
DuhZeez's comment earlier, um, about AI and you know what their intention or your perceived intention of AI is.
Another
I
vet in.
it's it's mind control and it has been for a long time. It's population control.
it's illusion of choice.
Oh, that's a good one, Dave. I would agree with that.
I think they just need to be investigated, and there be a body that actually punishes, those who are guilty of, horrible things like insider trading and stuff like that. But
Seems like them people are never going to get punished, man. The
no,
way
they're
it
not.
goes, you know.
They control everything. They own all the judges. They own all the everything. I don't know how you uh, combat that just by voting, right?
Hmm. And then proven in the past that voting really sometimes don't matter because what happened in the past is majority voted, and then the elected officials of each state voted against the people. So I remember, man, because at the time I was living in Orlando, Florida. The majority won the vote, and the like the state reps, or what do they call them, Thomas? Is
Hmm.
their elected officials? There's only so many within a state.
Yeah, your representatives. You have
Yeah,
senators
so
and representatives, but
they normally vote with what the people vote, and it was like total opposite. I was like, dude, that's the one time that I looked and it was like voting don't matter.
the electoral college.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that has to do with districting and gerrymandering and you know, officials corrupting
Yeah,
um
Epstein list.
the
Yeah.
process. Well, I would tell you too that the debate committee is equally comprised of members of the GOP and the DNC, and they work together and collaboratively to expel any third party candidates from participating in the debates on national TV. So
Yeah.
regardless of how viable or legitimate you are as a candidate, you're never going to get the consideration of the mass population if you're excluded from the parade that is made to be seen as this is who you can pick from.
Yep.
And that's done so intentionally. And, you know, those are the kinds of smaller things that I think can be addressed more successfully than ousting all of Congress and starting from scratch, right? Can
Yeah.
we at least say that the debate committee cannot be comprised of anyone from the government or for mainstream media? Rather, it has to be an independent committee, chartered by these types of members of society, be it doctors, teachers, whatever, but general public who gets to decide who gets to be in the debates. Like, take take the power away from the people who want to win the debates, who's allowed to participate in the debates. That just doesn't even seem right. So,
Yeah.
if we're going to get people to use their votes wisely as the tools that they are, uh, we got to clean that up first. We got to give all candidates uh, viable space. I mean, everything that just happened with the Colbert Show this week and the whole debacle over that the guy from Texas being on. I'm sorry that I can't think of his name right now, but Colbert said that they were censoring him and saying he couldn't have it, but the lawyers explained, right, that it was about equal time for his opposing candidates, and Colbert
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to have them on. And so, if there are rules to protect equal time for candidates and equal space in media for candidates, then where is that viability when it comes to debates and third party candidacy?
Yep.
Um, so I do think that's an easier problem to address, to solve, to come at, and certainly would go a long way to help clean things up for us.
You don't think that they would corrupt that institution too, though?
And I think they'd try. I think it'd be ignorant to say they wouldn't. They've pretty much shown they'll always try. Power corrupts, right? That's the
Oh yeah. And they have absolute power right now. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want for shits and giggles, you know, um, the so-called Epstein file. I'll show you a picture I came
oh no,
across.
Is it
I'm
Clinton?
gonna I'm gonna share.
I don't
Everyone
know
will
that
be
I
able.
want to see the picture.
All right, hold on.
I see
Mm,
Bobby Stone.
hey,
Oh,
That's
that's
what you
that's
were,
pretty nice.
sucker man. You reminded me of this picture because I seen this a little while back and I was like, oh yeah. So I figured I'd share this with the group. How the Epstein
Man, that's
file.
crazy.
I remember that there was a little comment or something that something about they went on a boat but left me or something and or whatever. There's like a little spill about it, but
Yeah, you
I
can't go
figured you'd
after
like
him
that.
at least.
uh,
Oh yeah, he
what
invited all them like
what is Elpo?
intellectuals.
Aleppo.
Aleppo. Okay.
Yeah. Gary Johnson was trending. I want to say three election cycles ago, and he was pulled on to some mainstream media without forewarning that he was actually, getting the green light and being included, and then that crap just popped off in Syria like 30 minutes
Hmm?
prior, and they asked him about it live on air, and he was like, "What's Aleppo?" And
Does you
they did it intentionally to make him seem like he's completely clueless and not prepared to be a commander in chief and not informed of the nation's interest. But actually, if you look back on it, like what was Aleppo, right? Like it really was like insignificant to the Gary Johnson debacle. The gaffe of him not knowing, I think, ends up being more significant than whatever happened in Aleppo to begin with. To be totally honest.
Oh, they manipulate public perception like
Yeah.
they're masters at it.
Yeah.
Dave? Are you trying
That's
to say that was Duz on the island, or is it?
no, it was my avatar thing.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
changed it to Herbert. You didn't see?
No. How about some popsicles?
That was decent, man. To be honest, that was pretty good.
Nah. Yeah, man. It's just you know, the U.S. is screwed up, man. And I, we need to
What was that one guy that
fix
went?
a lot of things. I
The one that
just
went, yeah, and made that weird sound, and he just like
it's,
had to drop out of the race just because he did that. Who was that guy? I forgot his name.
what is it? The guy
The
that
one,
drive.
Mm.
yeah, the one politician who was running. I don't remember if it was for president or what. And he was like real excited, and he goes, yeah, and he made this weird sound, and he just like cratered his political career.
I
Just
don't
funny
know.
what kind of stuff will do that.
No,
Who was it? I have to look it up.
I tell you what, man.
You've heard the yell. I know you've heard the yell. It was everywhere.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I can't think of who.
And another thing, Thomas, is you know, I never knew anything about shadow government until I made it to DC.
Uh-huh.
You know, and I was like, damn, I thought that was just a myth.
Oh yeah, Dean. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see.
Howard Dean.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah.
just destroyed his career. It's funny.
You gonna play it?
No, I don't have it.
Oh,
I
the
have to
Yeah.
moment,
find it.
the moment his career tanked. I'm sure that's all over.
Just
So
look up Howard Dean scream. It'll be there. You'll see it.
Uh, chat's delayed. Dave, you must be on YouTube, huh?
Yep.
well, referencing your last comment about DC and not really knowing about shadow government until you got there. It's 2019. I'm working at the VA, and I hear about COVID on the way, and I see a memorandum to the Pennsylvania National Guard about shutting down highways and stuff, and I wasn't sure whether or not that memorandum was legitimate, but I'll be honest, I'd look back to our time in DC and that kind of understanding that came with being there. And I knew some fuckery was afoot. I knew it was coming.
I could tell you, man, it's like the playbook of Art of War. You
Hmm.
know, for anyone that's ever read The Art of War, you know, it's like the steps, man. Just looking back from, you know, say the 80s and then from to now, it's all a thing of control. So you remember I done an episode on this disease and Dave. We done an episode about it a while back and how you know, like say, okay, we seen aliens or whatever, and you know, CIA created this. What do they? What I want to. The name's on the end of my tongue does, but what do they call that when they create this fake news?
Conspiracy.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. CIA was the creator of conspiracy theories, and it was to uh, create all this for the people. So when they actually done certain things, missions or flights or testing, they, you know, people already had so many conspiracy theories, or were used to creating their own theories, and which was called conspiracy theories. You know, there's a whole article on it that we talked about. Art of War is good. Yeah.
Oh, Gates of Fire, Stephen Pressfield. That's a phenomenal book. Uh, Great. I read that book on third shift working at Walter Reed. Uh, if you're a fan of the 300 movie, um, it's that story, but in more graphic and historical detail. It's a very good book, and Pressfield's a great author. But I had recommended the book Propaganda by Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays is Sigmund Freud's nephew, and he
Yeah.
furthered his work of the human mind.
Psychology,
And
psychiatry.
Edward Bernays, I'd have to go back and look at the relationships and attachments and names, but he has connection to U.S. intelligence and our plans throughout Europe in the early or middle 20th century, the early reestablishment of the New World following the Second Great War. And I think you'll see the discussion we've had about AI, mass media, um, COVID, all of this today, the playbook, so to speak. It's actually all more than Art of War, pretty much cover to cover, propaganda by Edward Bernays, uh, the playbook.
Yeah. You know, sometimes to me it feels like we're just one big test animal. You know, a group of animals being tested on, whether it's, immunizations,
Hmm.
or, psychological warfare, man. Media, um,
The
you know,
psyops, man.
yeah, it's just one big psyops mission, man. I mean, look at it. You got people, protesters. Who pays protesters to go protest? You know, government officials usually, but, why? You know,
Jingle
I just,
keys.
I don't know, it irritates the hell out of me sometimes, you know, and I hate to say
It,
it, but it's going to take every American, every person to stand up to make a change, which, phew, it's gonna have to be something major before anybody ever does that, I guess.
a couple more videos from Nick Shirley might do it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I read those emails as well. They go back to 2015. Epstein and Gates talking about running a pandemic on the population.
Well, wasn't COVID patented in like 2017 by the CDC themselves or one of those organizations? The
I believe so.
CoV-2. They tried to patent it,
Um,
and it didn't. I don't think they
it
got
was.
the patent on it.
I'll tell you what. It was actually my following up with those emails, the 2015 emails between Epstein and Gates about COVID and running the pandemic, that led me to discovering the 30 million he was investing at MIT to developing emotionally sentient AI for the purpose of population control. And so when you look at all the bot systems online and social media and the things that they're posting, trying to influence people's emotions and
Mm.
control whole groups of populations,
Yeah,
like that stuff is all in the Epstein emails that he was spending money at big American universities to be able to influence society's emotions and thus behaviors prior to the release of COVID. And so it was attached to those emails to Gates as well. It was all one massive psyop orchestrated by the wealthy to get wealthier and prove that they could take over control of the world and eliminate the governments that are currently in place.
Yep. And the giant wealth transfer in 2020 was part of that too.
Correct,
They did
100%.
it under the cover of COVID.
well, I tell you what,
Nobody knows where it's at.
reading the what Yucatan just wrote, I feel bad. I see, I'll post it again,
There's a lot
but
of police officers too that they forced that they quit
I
as
feel
well, but they didn't hire the cops back as far
so I
as I
feel
know.
bad. All those vets that got fired over the vax, then the government wanted to hire them back, right? So when that happened, what I feel, in my opinion, and I'm gonna say my opinion, is that the when the soldiers said, "I don't want that vaccination," is they got rid of everyone that would actually stand up to something that would, if it came down to it, other than vaccination, you had soldiers that were in the military that would actually stand up and be like, no, that's not right. That's not correct. Well, they got rid of those guys. So now
It was
you
a
kept a
test.
lot of the guys that, are going to just say, when they're given an order, they're not going to think about it. They're just going to do it. You know, that's what my opinion was. You got a lot, like even the police force, man. You got rid of a lot of guys that said, no, I'm not taking that. I stand, I'm going to stand with um, you know, my answer. No, I don't want that. And when you get rid of this, and then you have and no, not all of them are yes man, but a lot of them had families that they had to support, that they had no other choice because if they would have, you know, if they would have said no, then, you know, what are they going to do? Homeless? They lose their family. They lose their everything. So a lot of people had to take this stuff. You know, and I hate to get off on a rant like this, but it's true, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how they made people make a choice. All right, they had to make
and
a choice.
and they demonized them if they didn't.
Yes,
They
you
called
were
you
the bad
anti-vaxxer
guy.
and all kinds of crap. Yeah.
You were the bad guy. You know, a lot of people have their opinions about it, but look at it, man. Step out of the box and look on the outs from the outside, and you just lost every military, police, or any workforce that stood up and said no. But what do you have left? What do you have left? You have all you have left is either the guys that didn't have a choice, or they're just going to be a yes man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when they actually put an order out to, hey, we're locking down every civilian, or locking down this state or this country, we know that we do have the manpower now that they're going to listen to us. So, yep, I agree with you, Dave. They, I think they were testing the waters.
Oh, 100%. WEF discussed that that was a test run, right? That announcement came out 2 months ago. Um, as a clinician, and I wish I could elaborate more, but there was a particular circumstance that we dealt with on active duty, um, where an individual believed he whistle blew a situation and was sent to inpatient psychiatry for 9 months and put on treatment, meds over objection by a federal circuit judge, and held inpatient until he recanted on his statements and declared his insanity, and then he was discharged. And
Damn.
it is that circumstance that, for me, um, I don't know how I feel about it. And when COVID happened and they ran the simulation on us, it really scared the hell out of me, and it messed with me a lot. And it tested my therapeutic rigor
Mm.
and mental capacity. And I would say that for me, I do see the elites, the people in charge of WEF, for example, the people in charge of a lot of corporations, ports, shipping locations around the world, um, resigning from their positions, bankers hiding and hiding their money and their assets. Even though it's maybe not the justice that everyone's looking for right now, I look at all of those as markers of hope. All of those as signs that they're not as protected as they want us to believe they are. They we've in this conversation discussed they can get away with it. They're gonna get away with it. Then why are they hiding? Then why are they running? Then why are they resigning? Why are they making so many drastic moves and changes, getting citizenship in different countries? That stuff's happening because they're not as protected as they want you to believe they are. A, that's my first thought. Just logic and deduction. B, as much as there's discussion about uh, cannibalism, Satan, ritualistic worship, sacrifice, global elites intermingling with religious elites, having beliefs and agendas that push suffering on the world. To me, again, the logical deduction of all of that is that God is real. If there are people with power who are at odds and are attempting to absorb that power for themselves, it's evidence that the opposite exists as well. And I take that as hope. I carry that with myself and my character and how I present myself in the world every day. I hope that more and more are becoming enlightened to the reality that there is good and evil in the world. The veil of technology is being lifted. We can see more of that evil that's been hidden from us, but always been here. Tyranny, sacrifice, murder, abuse. It's all been here. Um, it's been hidden. Technology is a really useful tool that's come about in the last 150 years to help hide shitty ass behaviors that have been around for way more than 150 years. So I think we're what we're seeing really is less that we're seeing the evil and more so that we're seeing the goodness come back to the world, and we're restoring truth from the cloak that's been hiding us. So as scary as it might seem for everyone, I really encourage everyone to witness kind of what's going on with glistening eyes, with plates in hand, ready to eat. Be hopeful, you know.
I'm too black pilled.
Yeah.
I view things through the lens of history and what historically has happened, and history doesn't paint a very bright picture. You know,
Mm-mm.
there was a lot of times in history where it's not the exact same scenario, mind you, because we didn't have phones, we didn't have internet back then, all that stuff, but you always have those who are in power, and they get further and further down the line of corruption and corruption and corruption until there's a breaking point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we're at that point. I mean, we're teetering on the edge of that point. And what I see them hiding as is not that they're scared of losing their money or whatnot. I think they're just waiting the timer out, right? Because they're either waiting for the statute of limitations to expire on whatever evil they've done, or they're waiting for the AI to bear fruit. So once the AI is good enough to fool everyone, then they can get away with whatever lawlessness they want. Whatever evil they have, they can get away with it because they can just say, "Oh, that's AI," or put up a opposite, you know, video or promotion for whatever they want. Jingle the keys even harder over here and make everyone look to the left while they're doing even more evil on the right. That is their plan. It's easy to
Aliens.
see. Yeah, exactly. Just like the alien. It's easy to see their plan,
Hmm.
but it's harder to combat it because
So, my question to everyone that's listening and yourselves, um, do you believe they were too divided politically to fix anything? Because you notice, in the 90s, a lot of us didn't care if you were Republican, Democrat, liberal, or libertarian, whatever. Whatever it may be, nobody really cared about that, you know? But today, they couldn't, it seems like they couldn't get us at race. They tried that card, and, you know, they tried to even destroy history of it. You remember destroying the statues, any documents, talking about racism and stuff. Uh, there's a lot of uneducated people, or maybe they're just doing it on purpose, that speak on that subject. Well, now it's political division. So, you think we're too divided? There's a division. You can see it. There's a lot of division.
Are we too divided to what? To overcome? To
Uh,
course correct?
to fix anything you know, within, society. It's a hard question. I know. We always have the ability to come back,
Um,
as proven in history.
Disease, I apologize. I feel like I'm talking a lot here. Uh,
oh well, if you want me to answer what I think,
yeah,
I'll
go
save my
ahead,
part for.
please.
I think while there is division, I think it's more distraction than division. I think that once the truth is known by even the people who think they know the truth, that's when unification comes to be. And just like with the AI and what I was talking about earlier, they want people to not know the truth. They want to obfuscate as much as possible to keep people divided, to keep that division and keep it growing larger. And if something were to happen to cause that division to not uh, grow larger or to shrink or to people to come together, then they know they're screwed. So that's what they're fighting against now. So I don't think it's so much division as much as distraction, because a lot of these people who are the divisionary ones, they're being paid to be so.
Hmm.
You take away the funding, you take away those people who are doing those things, and the division disappears.
So you think outrage culture is profitable?
Oh yeah.
100%. Absolutely is. And again, I would refer you to Edward Bernays' book, Propaganda, which is a playbook for our intelligence agencies and others around the world, that has been since World War II. Uh, I do think that outrage is orchestrated. So if you stop funding it, a lot of it goes away. Uh, Again, I got my master's degree in social work from the University of Southern California. When I was in school, I learned there something that my public education didn't teach me prior to that point, and that is this: Dr. King was not murdered because he stood up and spoke out against racism. Dr. King spent 10 months in Chicago studying the slumlords and the quality of life and the living conditions of the general populace in Chicago. And after 10 months there, he realized that the wealthy, were hoarding the wealth through property management and rent increases and intolerable living circumstances. And so he was on his way back to DC to give his second I Have a Dream speech when he was murdered. And that I Have a Dream speech was not about melding together black and white, but rather helping the entire American population to realize that classism supersedes racism, and that
Yep.
the hoarding of wealth and power is going on and it's getting worse.
Hmm.
And then he was taken out. So I do think that racism is largely an orchestrated problem in our country anymore. I think for everyone in this room who served, you can easily say that you love someone of a different ethnic background, or you hold love for someone of a different culture or religion from your time in service. I find it hard to believe you don't. I mean, we served with so many people, and most of the people I served with, I felt were lovable human beings, people worthy or deserving of respect and dignity. So I do think it's an invented problem, and it's done so. Not that it doesn't exist at all. I'm not saying there are no racists in the world. Certainly there are, but
Yes.
I think largely it's highlighted to keep us from addressing the real problem, that is classism, that is hoarding power and control and decision making over laws, and eliminating the purpose of our government from doing what it should do, which is represent the best interests of the majority of the people.
Yep. And all the laws within probably the past 20, 30 years have been to subvert the people instead of support the people.
Princeton did a good study on that, showing that we've pretty much been an oligarchy since the 1970s.
Oh yeah, especially since lobbyism. After they
Hmm.
allowed lobbyism, that was it. That was the end of democracy.
Yeah, there's another good solution. End lobbying in DC. Make it illegal for any company or country to put money into DC to have their interests heard. That should happen at the voting booths. That's the purpose. Stop it there.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that though.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
cupful.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
What
go ahead.
I don't know. I'm curious about the Yucatan Suckerman's comment here. I am not aware of a Tourette's guy outburst on the BBC, but I'm gonna have to YouTube that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be edited. They won't allow that. They won't allow that word. It's
Well,
a no-no word.
I'm gonna
Unless
have
you're a
to.
rapper, then you can say it all you want.
Oh, Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
misunderstood. So I'm gonna have to kind of meld those two clips, the Howard Dean scream and the Tourette's guy on the BBC thing back to you, and I'll send that to you as a single file. You can air it on your next show.
All right.
So,
Do not play it on stream. Hey, we're not
Yeah.
the ones saying it. We'll just edit like one of the rappers saying it over the guy actually saying it. And it'll be all right.
no. Or we could let Reggie do whatever he wants.
Yeah. I think that's manufactured too. Like that word has been used so much that you'd think it would be just like a generic, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
any everyday
Um,
word. I say make it law where no consequences for using those words so they can lose their power. And then everyone can move on with their lives. Right?
Hmm.
uh, yeah. I have no
That's what that's
comment on.
that's my thought about it. Overuse the piss out of it and then it'll lose all its, punch and then we're done with it. They can move on to the next word they hate.
Yeah. It seems like, yeah, so 9/11. Remember 9/11?
No,
Um,
I don't.
Twin Towers. You know,
What happened on that day?
it seemed like unity of the population was there, right? Like the entire country came together. Letting Reddy do what he wants is a bad idea. He's a loose cannon. Uh, you know what, Dave? Reggie was supposed to be on here tonight, and uh, he freaking he bailed. So hopefully he's okay. Because if he is okay, I'm gonna be like, hey man, left me out the dry. Oh, no,
He was probably at the BAFTA Awards.
he probably fell asleep. Nah, but so going back to 9/11, you know unity in across the world. Truthfully, people came together. There was no talk within you know the I mean, say months to years. Nobody talked about racism. All the stuff that people were fighting about up until that point went out the window. You never seen it on social medias. You never seen it on the news channels. It was all about the country coming together, and you know about when we lost
Steroids in
those
baseball.
people.
That's what it was.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is we get played again by the government. When, oh man, they're uniting. We can't have that. The people are coming together. We're gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Aliens.
Every time, yeah, every time the people seem to come together, you always see something happen, right?
When you asked, "Are we too divided?" That was my initial thought. Was certainly we're divided, and unity would help. My question is, what is the 3% tax? Right. So it was a 3% tax on tea that got us to dump 2 years of an entire nation's supply worth of tea into the ocean and tell them to piss off over 3%. With 9/11, it was what, 4 or 5 thousand lives and 4 planes and a couple of 3 buildings and a farm that got destroyed. That was enough for 300 million people to unite. So, you know, if what's being revealed now isn't enough, my bigger question is what's happened. Like, if if
Behind the
if
scenes,
if
what
if
happened?
there is no stimulus large enough, if what you're asking is there no stimulus large enough to motivate us? Like, is 9/11 not enough to bring us together as a country to say, man, fuck this, we need to do something about it. Then I would say what's changed in the last 20 years, and I think the only answer is socials, is
Social
people's
media.
engagement in electronics and technology and disconnecting from humanity and regular relationships with the people around them. And if that's the case, then we really do need to revisit and reconsider like how we approach these mediums as a society, if it's that dangerous. Um, but I wonder though if that's really the case, or if the unredacted files were a little less unredacted. If there was some disclosure of something that was like concretely horrific. Not that I want any fucking media to be released, but like if that were the kind of thing that actually got disclosed and people could move about their life confidently knowing, like this isn't just rumor, here's the proof. I feel like it would be enough to move society, to move
Dude,
that needle. I think the problem is there's been so much misinformation and speculation put around everything going on that people don't know whether or not to be certain in their anger,
hmm.
because it's a lot of anger.
And we're
Um,
just fed breadcrumbs, you know.
yeah, but I
You know,
yeah.
it's been so many years though. You don't know if that's been filled with bull crap at this point. You know, it's
Hmm.
you don't know if they put people in there just to put them in there to blackmail them, like, oh, we put you in the files, do what we say, type of thing, right? It was a honeypot. So
Hmm.
even if even if you took one of his planes for a joyride somewhere, you're on the flight log. So now we have you under our thumb.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell what at this point and how many years it's been, who's been in charge, you know, over those years. It's hard to believe anything in it anymore. Being they could have just put whatever they wanted in there
Well,
at
well,
this point.
just say you're that new politician that you know you just you just got voted in. You get an invite to a resort type of island, right? You're
Hmm.
like, hell yeah, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But what you don't know is everything's being kept as logged. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
you
Because
wouldn't know anything
this
about it.
dude's about to blackmail you because hey, you got future in politics. I got you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like I'm gonna
That's what it
invite
was.
all these politics to this island. Well, guess what? Now I got video surveillance. I have proof that you're there. Now you may not have done anything. You might not know what's going on, but guess what? You're
You
gonna
most
do what
likely
I
didn't.
tell you to do because I got you. You know, and that's probably what he died because he couldn't talk. Yeah, didn't want him talking. You know, they killed him. Did
Hmm.
it? uh, you know what? Johnson and Johnson lost some money when he went away.
I just watched that episode of South Park the other day, by the way, that it was Satan's party. Uh,
Baby
did,
oil
did
shared
Diddy do a
drop.
chocolate fountain first? Oh yeah, Diddy did it. Oh, what didn't Diddy do? Diddy did it.
um,
Diddy did it. It's a great
no,
episode.
I got to give it to South Park, man. They don't hold back.
Well, whoever is working the like rotation of reruns of the syndicated episodes of South Park on Comedy Central right now is killing it. In the mornings, I t I tend to throw it on after Get Up comes on ESPN. Um, and the back-to-back episodes yesterday morning was Kyle was responsible for 9/11 because he's a Jew, and they had the guy wearing the 9/11truth.org shirt the whole episode. And then the episode after it was Satan's birthday with the Diddy party, um, back to back. So that's definitely intentional.
uh, yeah,
Oh yeah,
I'm
especially with what
appreciative.
was released recently.
Yeah, they've
yeah.
had their finger on the pulse for a while.
Man, I've watched them since they started. You know, and I love the fact they don't hold back. No matter what it is, they don't
Well,
hold
they
back.
did hold back
Well,
during
they,
4 years there. You know what I mean? They
uh,
held back a bit.
hmm,
Mm,
you talking about, before Trump?
yeah, between the two presidencies, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they didn't have
They
too
had
much
so
of.
much
They
damn
had
material
some.
they could have worked with, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't want it. We don't want to do it. We're scared of these other guys." And it's like, okay,
Hmm,
sure.
what was it? Remember the Muhammad one?
Yeah,
It,
the one they tried to put
they
on, but
got
they
death
couldn't.
threats.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah,
but
it was the like Justice League, but with all the gods.
Chin Pokemon. Dave said
Uh,
best South Park episode was Chip Pokemon.
It was a good episode.
Uh,
I still like the sexual harassment panda the most.
I like
Oh, the
Medicinal Fried Chicken is a good episode. Imagination Land is pretty solid.
the medicinal
yeah.
fried chicken where he puts his balls in the microwave.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
I'm
like the
I'm at your door, but you have to
the
be in the store, sir.
I forget the specific title of the episode, but Timmy and Jimmy go to Denver to join the Crips because
Oh
they hear
yeah.
that the Crips exist.
Cripple
That's a
fight.
preferred episode of mine.
Yeah.
That was
The
cripple
world
fight. Wasn't it? I think.
it was a
Oh
cripple
yeah.
fight.
I think so.
Oh
The World
dude.
of Warcraft.
Make love or Warcraft or something like
Love,
that.
make love, not Warcraft. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
Warcraft.
that episode won online last year.
Jeez.
South Park had a poll of like best episode ever, an official poll, and that World of Warcraft episode won.
Dude, it just when Warcraft, everybody was like stuck in their basements, playing or in their rooms, you know. But then remember Cartman, Ma, need the bathroom. Oh my gosh, she brings down a bucket.
Big old tub.
Uh, uh I mean it's
Yeah,
definitely
great
not,
show.
yeah, definitely not good for the kids to watch, but it was definitely, you know, they done it. They didn't hold back.
If you let
My
your
kid.
kids watch that, they're gonna turn out like Cartman.
My kids are South Park fans. The boys in particular, but they are 17 and 19 and
Oh yeah, they're old.
intelligent human beings. But as a matter of fact, I don't think a day goes by where where my son doesn't say, "Ma, you tell me if you're in a German Scheiße video, right?"
Oh yeah.
So, par for the course.
Damn. Yeah, Yucatan. You ever bored, man? You're more than welcome to join us on one of these. The next open season is going to be March 27th. I'll be putting that out. I have some bands I have to interview before then, but we I like to do the open seasons for the guys to just chill and have fun and talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. So you're more than welcome, man. If you're interested on jumping on with us and bullshitting, other than in the chat, more than welcome, dude. Anytime. So it's no specific, you know. I got my buddies on there, but anybody's welcome to join us and shoot the shit.
As long as you're a gamer.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciated learning that early on. So I also, on that note, hope I can link up with you guys and play some Toxic Commando here in a week or two when it comes out.
Man, I'm about to try that demo.
Yeah, I didn't know the demo was out. I'll get to downloading here shortly.
if you like pirate games, they have that Windrose demo too. It's a it's a pirate like
All good
survival type
Yucatan.
game. It's it,
Okay.
so far it's been pretty good. The demo's not super large, but it seems to be pretty solid. I liked what I experienced in it so far.
Yeah,
The
I'd be willing to check it out. I'm really coming off of Dead Island too. That I was looking at other similar zombie games that it was just fun, man. The brutality, the gore, the creativeness of weapon crafting. It was a fun game.
I
yeah
just wish they had a few more of the legendary weapons, like
yeah that was
they
hard to
didn't
come
have.
by.
Yeah, they didn't have. I know you want it to be scarce, but like it would have been nice to have a legendary of each of the different weapon types that they had. You know, so you could work toward getting, you know, a hunting knife that's a legendary that has the
Oh,
special attributes, and then the, you know, what I mean, or is it exotic? Whatever the highest rank is.
yeah, no, it's
Um,
legendary. Yeah,
okay. They didn't
and
have legendaries of some of them, and I would like to have seen all of them have one like legendary variant just to, you know, throw something in the mix there.
I I
Yeah,
would agree with that. Um, and also, I don't know. You said you guys played through the NG Plus, um, but I don't know if you noticed things like the Three Strikes Plus had 4 perk slots equipped. So you could actually, there were a few superior weapons you could build out to like 14 hit points more powerful than the legendaries um, in the NG Plus mode, and there were only 3 of them that did that. It was the classic, the Three Strikes, and Jump Scare, the shotgun.
Hmm.
Um,
I didn't see that.
but they all have 4 perk slots and were more powerful. Um, So I kind of felt like too, if you were gonna do that, why only 3 weapons in the whole game, and why those 3?
Yeah.
Kind of weird. Um,
That's kind of the problem I had with Elden Ring, which Elden Ring was a good game if you like that type of game. You know, if you're into the more harder uh,
all
Dark
right,
Souls
later
type game.
Yucatan, see you next round.
Later, I think Elden Ring's a lot easier to get into than the Dark Souls. It's not as difficult. They have ways of making it easier, but my main thing with it was that I wish they would have went a little bit further with the weapons in the game to where as you leveled them up, they changed the way they look.
hmm
Because you get the same, like you get this weapon that looks like crap. Some of them just look like, you know, bones or whatever, right? Not all weapons look like that. Don't get me wrong. They have some really nice ones, but you have a weapon that looks like that, and you spend all this time in it, you know, getting the materials to level it up, and you get it all the way to the max level. It still looks exactly the same. The only difference changes is the stats, and I'm like, I think if they'd have been a little bit more polished with that aspect, to where like every few levels of leveling up the weapon, because some weapons had like 25 levels. You know, if you had a I forget what it's called. It's been a while since I played, but they had 2 different smithing stones, and it would have been nice if when you get to that last level where you use a dragon smithing stone, that the weapon not only changed the way it looked, but maybe you could give it an extra perk or an extra status effect type or something, you know, just to make it worth the player's time of grinding those materials, you know, to get the weapon up that high. Um, that's the thing I would have liked to seen in it, and also the co-op in the game wasn't really co-op. Like you had to download a mod to make it true co-op. I would rather have seen it true co-op from Jump Street instead of the way they did it, where you have to call somebody in your world and they only get there's really no benefit of joining someone else's world in vanilla because all you get is like a rune arc if you guys beat the boss or something. You don't get anything from it. So I would like to have seen that, you know, be actual co-op. So I'm hoping with the popularity of the co-op mod and these other things that in the next iteration of the game, like if they do Elden Ring 2, that they fix those issues and, you know, make it true co-op and give it a little tiny bit more polish. Because some of the dungeons were a bit samey. Like go down in the like the caves in the cave dungeons, they all start looking the same. I couldn't tell you the difference in them. So I don't know if they just started running out of time, with the game or what. But it's still a good game. I still liked it. It's just, if they could do a little bit more polish with the next one, man, it'll be a lot better. They reused some bosses too a bit, so I think they were just running out of time.
Well, guys, we're coming up on 2 hours as of 3 seconds.
Uh-oh.
So,
I'm 3 seconds.
Thomas, it was good having you on.
Yeah.
Just hang out after we end the feed. Make sure everything's loaded. But, yeah, disease. All right, well, all right, that's a wrap for this round of open season. Just real talk, no script, the way we like it. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us and being part of the conversation. If you enjoyed it, follow the show, share it, and spread the word. We'll be back soon with more open season. Also, special guests, LOL, it's Leah, next Friday, March 6th, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be interviewing that band, and you don't want to miss it. Also, another round of open season, March 27th. And hopefully, well, looks like we're going to have Dave on there. Thomas, you're more than welcome to come back on that date as well. And hopefully Reggie's okay, so he can bring his ass back over here on the show. That dude's a character. But
It's all right.
Any-
It's what I had on there.
anyway, from all of us at BS and Y, keep it real, and we'll catch you on the next one.